Hello, good morning. Welcome back to Appreciating Theatre. Today we have come to the last of the theatres, and we have come almost to the modern theatre, and it is called radio drama. So let us see what is radio drama. Radio drama or audio drama, audio play, radio theatres, these are all different names for radio drama. It's a dramatized, purely acoustic performance broadcast on radio or published on audio media such as tape or CD. So from the very term itself we can make out that it is broadcast through radio, and it can also be a recorded one which is stored as a media. You can store it in a tape or CD. Today I have got other storing methods like pen drive or other storages. With no visual component, radio drama depends on dialogue, music and sound effects to help the listener imagine the characters and story. So here you find a very different theatre, or I don't know whether you can call it as theatre. It's a kind of drama which is purely depending on the audio. So we are not able to see the characters. There is no theatre, there is no settings, no makeup, no props, nothing. So it is purely depending on the audio, the dialogue, or even music can be added, or other sound effects. It is auditory in the physical dimension, but equally powerful as a visual force in the psychological dimension. So what does that mean? So we know that it is only auditory. We listen to the radio, and the whole message is or the idea is carried out through the auditory medium. But in the visual force, it is only at the psychological dimension. That means just like reading. While reading, what happens is that you are able to see the words, but at the same time these words can go into your brain and then it goes to the imaginary level. That means in your imagination you can visualize, you can see the background, you can see the places, the characters and all that. So in the same way, when you listen to the radio and listen to the drama, the story, you can visualize. So in that sense it is a psychological, purely imaginary level. You can develop that imagination. So that is a definition by Professor Tim Crook, head of radio at Goldsmiths University, in Radio Drama Theory and Practice, published in 1999. The British Broadcasting Company, or BBC, began radio transmission in the UK in October 1922 on a London-based station 2LO. So this was the first time BBC began the transmission of radio in 1922, and they became the British Broadcasting Corporation in 1927. So in the beginning it was known as 2LO. The transmissions went daily on 14 November 1922. So it was broadcasting daily from November 14, 1922. The BBC website says that music and drama were part of the transmissions from the very start. So it was not only music or news, even drama was broadcast from the very beginning. Radio drama achieved widespread popularity within a decade of its initial development in the 1920s. So it became very popular within a few years. By the 1940s, it was a leading international popular entertainment. So within 20 years, it became very popular, and just like the TV of today, radio was very popular. With the advent of television in the 1950s, however, radio drama lost some of its popularity and in some countries has never regained large audiences. So when new kind of media comes up, the older one gradually disappear. So in the same way, radio was also adversely affected by the advent of television, the arrival of television in the 1950s. So some of radio drama's popularity was lost, but in some countries it still remains alive. As of 2011, radio drama has a minimal presence on terrestrial radio in the United States. So according to 2011 survey, there are still some fans for radio drama, at least in the USA. Much of American radio drama is restricted to rebroadcast or podcasts of programs from previous decades. So these are all recorded ones, not the live telecast. The dramas are already recorded and they are playing that, that's all. However, other nations still have thriving traditions of radio drama. In the United Kingdom, for example, the BBC produces and broadcasts hundreds of new radio plays each year on Radio 3, Radio 4 and Radio 4 Extra. So in UK at least, BBC has kept the radio drama alive on its various stations. The terms audio drama or audio theatre are sometimes used synonymously with the radio drama. So audio drama is also used in the same sense, but some difference is there, with one notable distinction, that is, audio drama or audio theatre is not intended specifically for broadcast or radio. So radio drama is definitely meant for broadcasting, but this audio drama need not be meant for broadcasting. It can be stored there, maybe on a tape or a CD or pen drive, wherever it is. Audio drama, whether newly produced or classics, can be found on CDs, cassette tapes, podcasts, webcasts and conventional broadcast radio. So these are the places where we can find the audio drama. The first radio dramas. The first play written specifically for radio was A Comedy of Danger by Richard Hughes, which aired in January of 1924, commissioned by the BBC in Britain. So this was the first radio drama, that is A Comedy of Danger, which was broadcast in 1924. In the US, it is believed that the first radio drama was a show called The Wolf, adapted from a play of Charles Somerville by Eugene Walter, also in 1924. So it was in the year 1924 the first drama plays or radio dramas were broadcast, both in America as well as in Britain. Most dramas from the golden age of drama were live shows and they were not recorded. So in the beginning at least, the radio dramas were not recorded, they were shown live. In fact, until the late 1940s, the national networks prohibited the airing of recorded programs due to its inferior sound quality. So one reason they prohibited all the recorded ones was because of the poor quality of a recording. They had not invented a good apparatus for recording, at least till 1940s. Only after the Second World War, with the development of high fidelity recording became more common. So hi-fi recording came only after the Second World War. Radio drama in the current times. So what is the fate of radio drama today? Despite what many have predicted when television started to take over the entertainment industry, radio drama seems to be making a steady comeback in the last decade or so, especially through the voices of independent creators. So many predicted that radio drama has extinct it became extinct. But on the contrary, the radio drama is making a comeback, because there are people who are interested in that, who are producing radio dramas independently, not under any radio stations or anything like that. Although the UK's BBC is still the biggest audio drama provider, at least station wise, with the BBC Radio 4 producing several drama and comedy shows and even hosting audio dramas, radio drama isn't anymore merely transmitted through the customary radio stations. So though BBC is still the biggest audio drama provider with 4 radios under it, still there are many independent people who are producing radio drama today. There are currently whole teams creating them and keeping them going season upon season with the help of their admirers, inviting them to support their work via Patreon or such similar means. So if you go to Google and search for Patreon, you find that is a website where you can give your products, like any maybe like what you call documentaries or anything that is worth publishing. They will do it and they will be paying you some amount. So this is a kind of network which also caters to the needs of the radio fans. Features of radio drama. Radio drama uses sound to convey ideas to the audience. The sound may be in the form of dialogue, sound effects or music. So it depends purely on sound, we know. Sound in the sense of dialogue or other sound effects or music. Actors can play more than one part from moment to moment, as only voice needs to be altered. So one person can play different roles provided he is able to change the voice, because we are not able to see the person. Actors use voice alone to convey character, nothing else. The only thing that can be used by the actor is voice. They do not need to use action, gesture or facial expression, as the audience cannot see it, definitely. There is no need for blocking or stage business in a radio drama. Here blocking means how each character is placed on a stage. That's the meaning of blocking. So that kind of stage setting or arrangement is not needed in a radio drama. Actors may, however, need to plan movement to and from the microphone. So just to get some modulation, maybe the actor can vary the distance between him or her and the microphone. Radio plays can be set almost anywhere. So as long as you have got microphone and some recording gadgets, you can do it anywhere, even at home. There are no physical limits to be overcome. So no kind of theatre setting is needed, no space is needed for that exclusively. Setting is easily created using music and sound effects. Yes. Radio drama includes lots of dialogue. As we cannot see what the actors are doing, they must tell us what is happening. So here the actor himself or herself will have to create the atmosphere through his dialogue and action. His modulation and all that. The writer has to find ways for the characters to comment on where they are and what they and others are doing. So as we cannot see the scenario or setting up the background and all that, so the actor himself or herself will have to explain that, where is this scene, where it is taking place in a jail, in a footpath, on the street or in the forest. So that has to be introduced by the actor. Radio play scenes are often shorter than stage plays. So scenes, scene 1, 2 and all that, they will not be very long, they should be very short. Radio drama may not be live in front of an audience. A radio drama is usually recorded and played to the audience at another time. So only in the beginning you found they were played live, but later on all the dramas were recorded and then broadcast at a later period. This means that, like a film, scenes may not be played in order, and scenes can be played more than once to get the best take if necessary. So the drama can also be edited to add in sound. So you don't have to keep to the order like scene 1, scene 2 and all that. It can be recorded from anywhere, but later on you can of course put in order and edit and all that. All these things are possible. Actors don't have to learn their lines, so you can look at the dialogue and then read. Actors can read their lines from the script, as this is not seen by the audience. Actors do have to be very familiar with their lines and to have rehearsed how they will use their voice to tell the audience about the character and action. Definitely they will have to do some rehearsal, because this voice modulation and all that is very important here. So they should be thorough with their lines. Radio drama usually features a small cast, so the number of actors are very limited. Less number of characters are used in each scene because it is too hard for the audience to distinguish between voices if there are large number of characters. So there is another limitation of radio drama. You cannot go for large number of characters because the audience will not be able to make out the difference between one actor and the other. So better to go for a limited number of actors. The audience may also forget that the character is on stage if he or she doesn't speak for some time, as they cannot be seen. So unless the character is talking, we will not know the character is there. So to feel the presence of the character has to be active and has to be delivering the dialogue. For this reason, characters need to speak quite often and be involved in the action. So unless the character is speaking, we will not be able to recognize the presence of the actor. Radio drama is well suited to monologue and for plays where setting is limited and physical action is unimportant, for example inside a prison cell or a cave. So radio drama is very suitable for monologue, where you don't have much of dialogue and all that, where there is only one person who is talking, and also where space is limited. Maybe the person is in a prison or cell or in a cave. In such scenario, radio drama is very well applied. It can be applied there. Here we have some pics of radio drama where they are recording the audio. This is the recording studio where we have many actors, maybe music or something. Here you have one man actor. Maybe he is able to do different characters. So with that we come to the end of theatre, and from next class onwards we will be focusing on one act plays. Till then, it is goodbye. Thank you.